Did you know that after age 60, most people lose up to 3% of their muscle every year? That's not just weakness. It's a direct risk for falls, frailty, even early death. But here's the twist. Science shows you can reverse it, not with heavy weights, not with endless pills, but with simple, overlooked practices. Welcome back to the Senior Health Podcast. I'm Dr. Howard Tucker, and for decades I've studied how we age, and more importantly, how we can age stronger. Today I'm joined by a man who needs no introduction in Japan. At over 100 years old, still lecturing, still teaching, and still walking proof that vitality has no age limit. Please welcome Dr. Shigeaki Hinohara, Japanese physician and longevity expert.
Thank you, Dr. Tucker. It's a joy to be here. And let me start with this. Most people think muscle loss after 60 is inevitable. It's not. With the right daily habits, seniors can actually grow stronger instead of weaker.
That's a powerful statement. Growing stronger after 60? Most listeners are leaning in right now. So tell us, what's the first secret that people are overlooking?
The secret is rhythm. How you move, how you eat, how you rest. Muscles respond to signals, not age. And in Japan, we've studied this for decades, why certain elders stay powerful while others fade.
Dr. Hinohara, you just said something bold. Muscles respond to signals, not age. That turns everything people believe upside down. So what exactly are those signals?
The first is movement in the morning. In Japan, elders who stay strong don't start their day sitting. They begin by waking up the legs. Something as simple as standing by the bedside, lifting the heels and lowering them 10 times. It's a micro-ritual, but it tells the calf muscles, the body's second heart, wake up, push blood upward, feed the brain, feed the muscles. Studies from the Journal of Geriatric Cardiology confirm this simple pump lowers swelling, increases circulation, and improves balance.
So before breakfast, before coffee, you're saying, move the legs.
Exactly. Weakness doesn't begin in the arms or the chest. It begins in circulation. If blood doesn't flow, muscles don't get nutrients, and they shrink. But if you restore the pump, oxygen, amino acids, and minerals actually reach the fibers again. That's why seniors who do heel raises or toe pumps every morning report more stable walking in just weeks.
That's fascinating because most people think they need heavy gym weights to fight muscle loss. But you're saying the very first signal is just circulation.
Yes. And the second signal is protein at breakfast. In Japan, we studied elders who ate traditional breakfasts: miso soup, tofu, grilled fish. These meals provide about 20 grams of protein, enough to switch on muscle protein synthesis, the body's repair system. Without protein in the morning, the muscles wait, and when they wait too long, they break down.
That aligns with Western research too. The American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that seniors who spread protein evenly across meals, not just dinner, kept 40% more muscle mass.
Exactly, it's timing. Not just how much, but when. Muscles after 60 need steady reminders. Repair, rebuild, don't shrink. Every morning, movement plus protein is the foundation.
And I imagine hydration plays a role too?
Very much. Muscle tissue is 75% water, yet many seniors begin their day already dehydrated. Dehydration shrinks muscle cells, confuses the nerves, and increases the risk of falls. That's why we recommend warm water first thing in the morning. In Okinawa, where people live the longest, elders drink warm barley tea or just plain warm water before eating. It improves digestion, circulation, and muscle function.
So it's almost like a 3-step morning prescription: movement, protein, hydration.
Yes, and the key is simplicity. If it's simple, seniors repeat it. And repetition is what keeps the body strong. In my practice, I've seen 80-year-olds who could barely stand regain stability by following this morning rhythm for just 3 months. It isn't magic, it's biology. Muscles are waiting for signals, and the body rewards consistency.
That's incredible. Most listeners probably thought their shrinking muscles were irreversible, but what you're describing sounds like a switch seniors can turn back on at any age.
That's right. Muscles don't keep a calendar. They respond to the messages you send. If the message is, "I'm sitting, I'm skipping breakfast, I'm dehydrated," they shrink. But if the message is, "I move, I fuel, I hydrate," they grow stronger. Even after 60, 70, 80.
Dr. Hinohara, you've just laid out the foundation: movement, protein, hydration. Now let's talk about food. What exactly should seniors be eating if they want their muscles to stay strong?
Let's begin with soy. In Japan, soy has been a staple for centuries. Miso, tofu, natto. These foods aren't just plant protein. They contain isoflavones, compounds that protect muscle from inflammation and support bone density. A study in the Journal of Nutrition found that seniors who ate soy protein daily had better grip strength and leg strength compared to those who didn't.
That's striking, because many Western seniors still think soy is weak protein. But the science says otherwise.
Yes. In fact, fermented soy like natto delivers vitamin K2. That vitamin doesn't just strengthen bones, it directs calcium into the bones and away from arteries. Stronger bones mean stronger muscles because the skeleton provides the foundation. Without strong bones, muscles lose leverage.
That's the synergy most people miss. Bone and muscle health are twins. You can't separate them.
Exactly. And then there is fish. In coastal Japan, elders often eat small grilled fish for breakfast or lunch. Fish provides high-quality protein, but also omega-3 fatty acids. These omega-3s reduce inflammation inside the muscle fibers. In fact, a clinical trial published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition showed that seniors taking omega-3 supplements increased muscle mass and strength when combined with exercise. Imagine getting that benefit from food itself. Mackerel, salmon, sardines.
So soy and fish are two of the cornerstones. What about fruits and vegetables?
They're critical. Muscles don't just need protein. They need antioxidants to protect against oxidative stress, which accelerates muscle loss. Think of brightly colored vegetables: spinach, carrots, tomatoes. In Japan, elders eat small portions of many plants at each meal. This variety supplies vitamins C and E, carotenoids, and polyphenols that preserve muscle fibers.
I recall a Harvard study showing that seniors who ate the most fruits and vegetables had a 20% lower risk of frailty over 4 years.
Yes, because antioxidants are like shields. They protect mitochondria, the energy engines inside muscle cells. And when mitochondria are protected, muscles keep their power.
Let's not forget eggs. Many listeners in the West rely on eggs as their breakfast protein. Do you recommend them?
I do. Eggs are nearly perfect, rich in leucine, the amino acid that triggers muscle building. One egg contains about half the leucine a senior needs in a single meal, and research in clinical nutrition found that leucine-rich meals reduce muscle breakdown in older adults. The key is not to fear eggs. When paired with vegetables or miso soup, they are part of a balanced longevity diet.
So let me summarize. Soy, fish, colorful vegetables, eggs. This is not about exotic superfoods. These are everyday staples eaten with rhythm.
Yes, and portion matters less than frequency. In Japan, meals are smaller but repeated throughout the day. Each one carries a little protein, a little color, a little balance. That rhythm keeps muscles constantly supplied.
That's so different from the Western pattern. Tiny breakfast, huge dinner, long gaps in between.
And that's why muscles shrink. They starve all day, then face a flood at night. Muscles after 60 respond better to steady nourishment. That is the overlooked secret. It is not how much you eat once, it is how often you give your muscles the building blocks they need.
Dr. Hinohara, we've covered the foods that build muscle, but here's the missing piece. Food only works if the body uses it. So how do seniors actually activate those nutrients?
That's the key. You can eat the best protein in the world, but without movement, much of it is wasted. Muscles are like students. They only learn when they're called to class. The call is exercise.
And you're not talking about marathons or heavy barbells, are you?
Not at all. In Japan, elders stay strong with light, but consistent activity. Morning stretches, gentle squats, walking to the market. These small acts send the message, keep the fibers alive. A study in the Journal of Aging and Physical Activity showed that seniors who walked at least 20 minutes daily maintained far more muscle than those who didn't, even when eating the same diet.
So the act of moving flips the switch.
Exactly. Take stretching, for example. Simple arm circles, shoulder rolls, or standing and reaching for the ceiling. These movements increase blood flow, loosen stiff joints, and activate muscle fibers. The moment the blood delivers amino acids from breakfast, the muscle cells know what to do: repair and grow.
That explains why in Japan you see groups of seniors doing radio taiso, those morning broadcast exercises.
Yes, radio taiso is a national treasure. Just 10 minutes of rhythmic movement, broadcast across the country every morning. It combines balance, stretching, and light resistance. And research has shown seniors who practice radio taiso regularly have better mobility, stronger grip strength, and even improved bone density.
I love that it's short. Many seniors feel overwhelmed at the idea of long workouts. But 10 minutes? That feels possible.
And possible means sustainable. Consistency is more important than intensity. In fact, too much intensity without preparation can cause injury. But steady light movement every day signals the muscles. Stay awake, stay useful.
What about resistance? Do seniors need weights?
Weights can help, but they are not required. Your own body weight is enough. Sitting down and standing up from a chair 5 times in a row. That's resistance training. Rising onto your toes and lowering slowly, that's strength work. These small motions trigger the same growth pathways as lifting iron, just on a gentler scale.
So no gym membership required.
Exactly. Muscles don't care if the resistance comes from a barbell or your own body. They only care that they are challenged. And when challenged, they grow, even at 70, 80, or beyond. Harvard Medical School published a study showing that seniors over 90 could increase leg strength by 174% with simple chair-based resistance training.
That's extraordinary. It proves there's no age limit.
Yes, the body is always ready to respond, but the secret is rhythm. Eat protein, then move. Drink water, then move. Movement is the spark that lights the fuel. Without it, the nutrients just pass through.
That's such a powerful message. Don't just feed your muscles, wake them up.
Precisely. A nourished but inactive muscle shrinks, but a nourished and active muscle grows. That is how seniors can rewrite the story of aging.
Dr. Hinohara, we've talked about the practices: morning movement, protein, hydration, light exercise. But I know what our listeners are really wondering. How will they know it's working? What are the first signs that muscles are coming back to life?
The first sign is stability. Many seniors tell me, "Doctor, I don't grab the wall anymore when I walk to the bathroom at night." That's the body whispering, "Your legs are waking up." Balance improves because the tiny stabilizer muscles in the ankles and hips begin to fire again. A Japanese study on fall prevention found that after just 4 weeks of daily calf raises and protein-rich breakfasts, seniors had 30% fewer balance slips.
That's such a practical change. Less reaching for furniture, more confidence in every step.
Exactly. The second sign is energy. Muscles are power plants. When they shrink, fatigue follows. But when they begin rebuilding, seniors notice they don't feel as drained by simple tasks. Carrying groceries, climbing stairs, even just rising from a chair. Suddenly, those things don't take as much effort.
So it's not just about looking stronger. It's about feeling lighter in everyday life.
Yes. And then there's sleep. People forget muscles are tied to rest. When muscles are active, they use energy, and at night, the body signals for deeper recovery. Many seniors who start moving after meals or adding protein to breakfast report sleeping more soundly within weeks. Sleep becomes deeper, which in turn repairs the muscles even further.
That's a beautiful cycle. Move, eat, repair, rest. And it keeps repeating.
Exactly. Another early sign is posture. Seniors often don't notice it until others point it out. They stop slumping forward. Their shoulders pull back. Their chest opens. This isn't cosmetic. It means the spinal muscles are regaining endurance. Posture alone can reduce back pain and improve lung capacity.
That reminds me of a patient of mine who said, "I feel taller again." It wasn't that he grew, it was that his muscles were finally holding him upright.
Yes, and even the voice can change. When posture improves, breathing deepens. Oxygen reaches the brain more effectively. Seniors often report clearer thinking, sharper memory. It feels like the fog is lifting.
That's remarkable. Rebuilding muscles actually sharpens the mind.
The science confirms it. In Japan, research in older adults showed that light resistance training improved not just muscle strength but cognitive scores as well. Stronger muscles mean stronger circulation. Stronger circulation means more oxygen and nutrients to the brain.
So stability, energy, better sleep, posture, even clearer thinking. These are the body's early signals that the practices are working.
Yes. And here's the most important part. These changes arrive sooner than most expect. Within 2 to 4 weeks, small improvements appear. Not dramatic, but noticeable. Shoes slip on easier in the evening because swelling is down. Morning stiffness lasts 10 minutes instead of 30. These are signs the system is healing.
And those small wins keep people motivated. Once you feel even a little stronger, you want to keep going.
That's the secret. Momentum. The body rewards effort quickly enough to encourage the next step. And if you repeat, those whispers of improvement grow into a roar of strength.
Dr. Hinohara, we've seen how quickly the body begins to respond. But here's the challenge. Many people start strong, then drift back to old habits. How do seniors lock these changes in so the benefits last?
The answer is rhythm, not willpower. Habits that last are woven into daily life, so they don't feel optional. In Japan, elders don't say, "I must exercise." They say, "I always walk to the shop," or "I always stretch before tea." The key is pairing new actions with existing routines.
So you anchor the habit to something you already do.
Exactly. Drink warm water right after brushing your teeth. Do heel raises while waiting for the kettle to boil. Have miso soup with protein while reading the morning paper. These small anchors transform practices into rituals, and rituals are remembered even on tired days.
That's practical and powerful. You're saying the trick isn't discipline, it's design.
Yes. Another secret is companionship. Seniors who share these practices with a partner, a friend, or even a grandchild are far more likely to continue. Social connection turns health into joy. In Japan, group exercises are common because laughter and community keep people returning.
That makes sense. When health feels lonely, it fades. But when it feels shared, it sticks.
Correct. And the final piece is patience. Many seniors expect overnight transformation. But strength, after 60, is like tending a garden. Daily watering, daily sunlight, and over time the blossoms appear. If you remember, it's a lifelong rhythm, not a 30-day challenge. You will keep going.
So design the habit, anchor it, share it, and give it time. That's how you lock in the benefits.
Yes, muscles thrive on consistency. The more familiar the rhythm, the less likely it disappears.
Dr. Hinohara, we've talked about the first signs of progress. But what about the long-term payoff? If a senior follows these rituals daily, what does life look like a year or 5 years from now?
The long-term payoff is freedom. Stronger muscles mean fewer falls, fewer hospital visits, and more independence. In Japan, we see elders in their 80s and 90s still shopping, gardening, even dancing, because their legs and arms still support them. Muscle is not vanity, it is survival.
So you're saying strong muscles are almost like an insurance policy for independence.
Yes. In fact, research in The Lancet shows that muscle strength predicts longevity better than blood pressure or cholesterol. Seniors with strong grip strength live longer, not because of their hands, but because strength represents resilience across the body.
That's extraordinary. Strength as a marker of life itself.
And it goes beyond the body. When muscles stay strong, the mind stays sharp. Circulation delivers oxygen to the brain. Confidence in walking reduces fear. Social life expands because you are not afraid of falling. The result is not just more years, but better years. What we call in Japan ikigai, a reason to wake up with joy.
So the real reward isn't just muscle, it's energy, clarity, and freedom to live life fully.
Exactly. The ritual of movement, nourishment, and hydration gives back the one thing seniors fear losing most: control over their own life. That is the true long-term payoff.
Dr. Hinohara, you've given us the science, the habits, and the long-term vision. But sometimes stories speak louder than studies. Can you share examples of seniors who truly transformed their lives by practicing what you've described?
Of course. One woman comes to mind, Mrs. Tanaka, age 84. When she first came to me, she walked slowly, always with a cane. Her daughter worried she would fall. We began simply, heel raises at the bedside, miso soup with tofu in the morning, and a short daily walk around her garden. Within 3 months, she no longer needed the cane indoors. By 6 months, she was carrying vegetables home from the market. She told me, "I feel like my legs are mine again." That's what strength gives, ownership of the body.
That's powerful. And it started with the smallest of steps.
Yes. Another example is Mr. Sato, 79, a retired teacher. He had stopped exercising after knee pain made him fearful. Instead of telling him to rest, I encouraged gentle chair stands and light resistance with elastic bands. At first, he could barely do 5, but he kept at it, pairing his practice with protein-rich lunches, grilled fish and rice. Within a year, his leg muscles had grown strong enough that he returned to his old hobby, hiking short trails with his friends. His confidence returned, and so did his joy.
I love that, because it shows the payoff isn't just physical, it's social, emotional, even spiritual.
Exactly. Strength restores connection. Seniors stop fearing stairs, stop fearing outings, and they begin saying yes again. Yes to walking with grandchildren. Yes to community events. Yes to life.
And those yeses add up to years of independence.
They do. I often remind my patients, muscles are not built in gyms. They are built in daily living. Every chair stand, every morning stretch, every bowl of nourishing food is a quiet investment. Over time, those investments compound, just like savings in a bank. And the dividend is freedom.
Dr. Hinohara, today you've given us a vision that's both simple and profound. Movement, protein, hydration, rhythm, practices that anyone listening can begin tomorrow. But I think what will stay with our audience is this idea that muscles are not lost to time. They're lost to neglect. And if we choose, we can reclaim them.
That is the truth. Muscles do not know age. They only know signals. Feed them, move them, repeat. Even at 90, the body will respond if you send the right message.
And what I find so hopeful is that the early wins appear quickly. Steadier steps, deeper sleep, more energy. That's not a distant dream, that's weeks away.
Yes, and when you begin to feel stronger, everything changes. Fear fades. Independence returns. Joy comes back into daily life. That is the gift strength gives after 60.
Listeners, think about what this really means. The hand you use to grip a railing, the legs that carry you to the garden, the back that keeps you upright. These are not just muscles. They are your ticket to freedom. And the choice to rebuild them is sitting in front of you every morning.
And the beauty is this: no matter where you are starting, there is always a next step.
That's the perfect place to pause, because the question now is not, can you get stronger? You can. The question is, what will you do tomorrow morning to prove it?
Yes, the body is waiting for your answer.